Good evening, Frank. Hi, Raz. Hello, Kevin. Good evening, Mr. Greg. And hi, Paul. And hello, Ken. This is a song that I wrote quite a while ago. Must have been about 10 years ago. Hi, Tom. Must have been about 10 years ago anyway. It was requested, this is my request Sunday, and I'm going to do lots of requests. And this one was requested by Frank's brother Tom Morgan, and I hope that he's here. It's called Broad Street, and it's, I wrote it about Broad Street in Cowdenbeath. Probably because I spent so much time as a teenager and 20-year-old wandering up and down Broad Street. Hi, Rona. And good evening, Anne, which also reminds me, Teresa Duffy always liked this song because she lived on, or pretty much on, Broad Street anyway. And it's really sad to report that I just heard today that she passed away on Friday night, which is a real shame. Should listen to this thing most weeks, so really miss that. And she was a very good person, very brave. So this is Broad Street. It's for Tom Morgan, but also for Teresa. 9 p.m. on Broad Street, empty bus goes rattling by. November rain on the pavement, no moon in the sky. Lonely souls in the evening, walking home alone. In my memory, midnight falls on Broad Street, taxis zipping by. Autumn frost on the gardens, winter in the sky. I am here as a young man, walking home alone. In my memory, 3 a.m. on Broad Street, this town is fast asleep. Caught under the streetlights, these memories I keep. I am the ghost of a young man, walking home alone. In my memory, I met you there on Broad Street as the dawn touched the sky. You took my hand in the half-light and the sun began to rise. You and I in the morning, walking home alone. In my memory, Broad Street as the dawn touched the sky. You took my hand in the half-light and the sun began to rise. You and I in the morning, walking home alone. In my memory, in my memory, Hi, Gil. Hi, Leslie, and hi, Marion, and hello, Kathleen. Okay. Different guitar you will notice. I bought this from Paul of the Cognac Twins the other day. I've returned Phil's guitar to him now. This guitar I really like. It's a Larivi, and I'm selling the one I was just playing, the Taylor. If someone's going to buy it, I'm selling it anyway. At a knocked down price, 500 quid. That's the guitar, the excellent gig bag, which is as good as a case actually, and the LR Bags pickup system, which is about 190 quid's worth. Oh, there's a wee punt for you. Hey. I better plug this one in though, eh? Same old, scud, bang, wallop, thump. Okay, this is for my younger brother, Stephen. His request was for Deep River Blues, Doc Watson. I switches a song by Doc Watson, who was a fantastic guitarist. And it's a song about a geezer who is praying for rain. He wants it to rain because he wants the river to get deep so he can go back on the boats and get away from his wife, who's giving him terrible earache. That's my interpretation of it anyway. Deep River Blues. Let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the river rise and fall, let the waves make a wall, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Well, my old gal's a good old pal, she looks just like a waterfowl when I get them deep river blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, fish all go out on a spree, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Give me back my old boat, I'm gonna sail her if she'll float, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Going back to Muscle Shoals, better there so I've been told, 'cause I got them deep river blues. And if that boat sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Now I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die, 'cause I got them deep river blues. it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the river rise and fall, let the big waves make a wall, 'cause I got them deep river blues. The Deep River Blues. Hey, thank you very much, Andy. And hi, Dave. Be doing your one later on. Yeah, timeshare, Mr. Greg. I heard the Cliff's Christmas single on the radio. Holy, 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 roll up, roll up, roll up. Get your Jesus here. I didn't like it, I'm sorry to say. About 12 years ago, I wrote a Christmas song myself and recorded it as a challenge. Kevin challenged me to do it. Hi, Gail. And hello. Hello, Andy. I already said that, eh? And I'm not going to do it, obviously, but I've got the recording and I'll be putting it on my Facebook later on, and I think it stands up very well against the mawkish stuff that is getting pumped out the now. Pumped being the operative word. Sorry about that. I'm biased, obviously. This was a request for Frankie Morgan. A song by the great John Prine, one of his best known songs called Hello in There. We had an apartment in the city. Me and Loretta like living there. Well, it had been years since the kids had grown a life of their own, left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha. Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. Doesn't matter anymore. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello. Me and Loretta, we don't talk much more. She sits and stares through the back door screen, and all the news just repeats itself like some forgotten dream we both seen. Someday I'll go and call up Rudy. We worked together at the factory. What could I say if he asks what's new? Nothing, what's with you? Nothing much to do. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello. So if you're walking down the street sometime, spot some hollow ancient eyes, please don't just pass them by and stare as if you didn't care. Say hello in there. Hello. It would be really hard to say what John Prine's best song is, but that one would be pretty near the top anyway. Hi, Karen. Aye, I haven't heard from you for a while, Eddie, and hello, Alan. Hi, Andy. I'm just going to look back. I don't know what you requested. I take requests usually if you give me... Aye. If you give me some notice, yeah, and I actually learn songs for people if I like them. If I don't, I just tell them to bugger off. But usually people request nice things, so yeah, I'll look that one up, okay, for a future week. Okie dokie. I was going to stop saying that one now. Yeah, this is a Kevin's request, Lockdown Blues. Kevin actually wrote the words and I did the musical side. And it's ages since I've done it, so I hope I do not make an error of it, as we mods say. Okay, this is Lockdown Lockdown Blues, words by Kevin, music by me, written during and about lockdown. Well, you can pull that handle, you can roll them dice, you can toss those pennies maybe once or twice, you can spin the wheel, you know it's all the same. The world is a casino, everybody's in the game, we all sitting at the table, trying not to lose. That's why I'm staying here at home, singing the lockdown blues. I wanna go out, but I'm gonna stay in. I'm running out of cigarettes, I'm running out of gin. I ain't seen my baby since I don't know when, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna see her again. Well, 3220, it's a mean machine, but it ain't got nothing on that C19. Gonna lock the windows, gonna bolt the door. If that trigger gets pulled, I'm gonna hit the floor. Well, I'm listening to the radio, and it's all bad news. So I'm staying here at home with the lockdown blues. Well, these are the toughest times that there's ever been. I'm using soap and water, cause I try to keep it clean. I put away my zoot suit and my dancing shoes. I'm just sitting here at home with the lockdown blues. Well, you can pull that handle, you can roll that dice, you can toss those pennies maybe once or twice, you can play the game, you know it's all the same. The world is a casino, everybody's in the game, we all sitting at the table, trying not to lose. But I'm staying here at home with the lockdown blues. The lockdown blues. Kind of remember it okay. Hi, Frank Wagner. Okay. This is a request from Margaret Egan. I don't know if Margaret's here. She's from Kilkenny. I've never met her, but she seems to be a very lovely lady. She's partly with Dave Wadham, who I have met many times. I was at the school with him. You can't get more familiar than that. Well, maybe you can, but we won't talk about that. Can I just mention, we're talking about people being familiar. I got two requests for really good things. One was called Sister Fatima by Don McLean, which I hadn't heard. I'd kind of forgotten about Don McLean. You know, everyone knows Vincent and American Pie, but they don't think about all the other stuff he wrote. And Sister Fatima knocks them into a cocked hat. It's a great song. So I will learn that for the future. It's really good. Didn't have time to do it for this one. Also, a brilliant title from Gil. I think it is Cowboys Secretly... Oh, God. What is it again? Cowboys are frequently secretly fond of each other. There's a song about cowboys and how some of them must be gay. So, same thing again. I thought Gil was joking. I didn't actually know it was a song. And I heard Willie Nelson sings it. He didn't write it. I forget who wrote it, but Willie Nelson sings it, and it's almost as if it's like a follow-up to Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. but it's all about how cowboys might be gay, you know. And of course, statistically, some of the cowboys must have been gay. I mean, as it points out in the song, all that leather and boots and chaps and saddles, you know, it's got to be about something. I was sidetracked there. This is for Margaret Egan, and it's... John Martin, as you probably, well, lots of you know, before he died, he lived in, moved to Ireland, him and his one leg, and continued hell-raising from a seat, and eventually popped his clogs. His talent never really faltered till the end, as far as I know anyway, but this is one of his best-known songs, and Margaret really likes it. I do too. It's called May You Never. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. You're just like a big strong brother in me, and you know I love you true. And you never talk dirty behind my back, and I know the damn you do. Whoa, please won't you bear it in mind? Love is a lesson to learn in our time. Please won't you bear it in mind? May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. You're just like a big true sister to me, and you know I love you true. And you hold no blade to stab me in the back, and I know the same to do. Oh, please won't you bear it in mind? Love is a lesson to learn in our time. Please won't you bear it in mind for me? May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. May you never lose your temper if you get in a barroom fight. May you never lose your woman overnight. You're just like a great true brother to me, and you know I love you true. And you never talk dirty behind my back, and I know the same to do. Oh, please won't you bear it in mind? Love is a lesson to learn in our time. Please won't you bear it in mind? May you never lose your temper if you get in a barroom fight. May you never lose your woman overnight. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. May you never make your bed out in the cold. May you never make your bed out in the another change. I like different tunings, and you can keep retuning the guitar you're using. It's kind of a swings and roundabouts, really, because you break strings doing that every now and again. There's a great bit of live footage of John Martin. He's in a student audience somewhere. I think it's maybe in, I can't remember what it is. And as usual, he's young and he's still really cool, still really, on the money. But you can see he's a bit kind of wasted too. And the guy shouts, "Solidaire!" And he starts retuning the Martin to the bizarre tuning that Solidaire is in. And about halfway through, bang, a string goes. And he goes, "This is all your fault, and gives the guy pelters for requesting it. But he replaces the string and does a bit of a routine in a kind of coked up way. And then he does Solidaire brilliantly. Anyway, this is completely different. Oh. All the thumps and bangs that you hear. This is why I kept wanting to give Phil his guitar back, because it's, it was so nice and so expensive. Sooner or later, I would have damaged it with my clumsiness. I don't mind with my own guitars, but I wouldn't want to damage anyone else's. By damage, I mean leave a wee mark in it. I don't mean break them, although I have done that in the past, but a long time ago. Now, okay, Dave Wadham this time requested the Western Plain, Rory Gallagher. It's actually by Leadbelly, but the Rory Gallagher version he did stipulate, which is Dadgad tuning, hence another change. When I was a cowboy out on the Western Plain, when I was a cowboy out on the Western Plain, well, I made $500,000 working hard on the bridle reins. Come a cow, cow, yippee, come a cow, cow, yippee, yay. Sound better now, eh? What was the greatest battle ever on the Western Plain? What was the greatest battle ever on the Western Plain? When me and a bunch of cowboys rode into Jesse James. Come a cow, cow, yippee, come a cow, cow, yippee, yay. Come a cow, cow, yippee, come a cow, cow, yippee, yay. Now me and a bunch of cowboys rode into Jesse James. Now me and a bunch of cowboys rode into Jesse James. With those bullets was a-flying just like a shower of rain. Come a cow, cow, yippee, come a cow, cow, yippee, yay. Come a cow, cow, yippee, come a cow, cow, yippee, yay. Bunker Hill. What was the greatest battle ever on the Bunker Hill? When me and a bunch of cowboys rode into Buffalo Bill. Come a cow cow yippee, come a cow cow yippee yay. Come a cow cow yippee, come a cow cow yippee yay. Ages since I've done that one too. A slight change to the tuning, but not enough to change the guitars. Just bang. It's going the wrong way. Sounds okay, but I'm going to give it a wee check. That'll do. Okay, this is my last acoustic one. This was a request for Paul Sinclair, and it's a song I wrote with Willie Herschel back in the music room at Viewforth High School in the 80s. When we should have been working. And it's about a fife, you know, the mining fife that has kind of disappeared. There was a verse and chorus added on at the end because Willie felt that our original version was too pessimistic. So this is Happy Land. I sang it in G back then. It's gone right down to D because my voice it was a high for me even then in G, and I really couldn't manage it now. Happy Lands. No more songs about the happy land, round behind the Lindsay Bing. Now the God and the number one are names that don't mean anything. Hear the call for unity. The young, too old, can't find a way to find the gold in the people's hearts. There's little sign of it today, but I'd rather stay here than anywhere else, hanging round the doors, round about those vandalized streets, around Loch Kelly store. Not much hope for a better day. No Joe Corey with us now, writing a play that would show the way. Who would watch it anyhow? So I sing for the heart of Fife, for those rough and funny sights, time now to sing of the love and care that helped us through those times of strife. No more songs about the happy land. No more signing up for less. See the future, hold out his hand, and all you have to say is yes. For what's the point in a miserable past if you don't learn a thing? It's time to build a new happy land where bairns can play and sing. I've got a mute button at my feet, just for so you don't hear all the noises when I pull out jack plugs. And when you engage the tuner on a guitar like this, it mutes as well. So hence these sudden bursts of noise, because I keep forgetting to unmute things. It's not going to get any better at my time of life. Okay, this is a request for Rona Robertson. Rona usually requests Santana, but actually Gail Edwards has requested Santana. So I'm going to do this one for Rona, and then Santana for Gail, and then just one of my own songs to finish. I keep putting things down and forgetting where I've put them. That don't matter. It don't matter anyway. So, I didn't actually learn this. Well, I did kind of learn it. It was one of those songs that you've heard over the years. It's the Roadhouse Blues. Rona likes the Jeff Healey version. I think it's from that film with Patrick Swayze in it, which I haven't seen. I've just seen the YouTube video for the song. The original that I knew was The Doors. And Roadhouse Blues. It's a stomper of a song. Lots of blues bands and rocky bands do it. So this is kind of the Jeff Healey version, with a bit of the Doors and a bit of me. In the middle of it, Jim Morrison started singing in tongues. He started warbling on about Ashen Lady and all the rest of it. We'll just see what happens, you know. I've got a big bit to fill where I could do that, you know. But just whatever comes into my head, basically. Then after that, it's the quietest counting in the world. I may have to start it once or twice. But anyway, this is Roadhouse Blues. I need to remember something about it. Yeah, okay. Back of the roadhouse, they got some bungalows. In the back of the roadhouse, they got some bungalows. And that's for the people who like to go down slow. And roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Yeah, let it roll. All night long. Well, in the back of the roadhouse, they got some bungalows. Well, in the back of the roadhouse, they got some bungalows. And that's for the people who like to go down slow. Like to go down slow. Like to go down. Julie indeed. Hey, Ashen lady, Ashen lady, give up your vow, give up your vow. Save our city, got to save our city right now, right now. Up this morning, I got myself a beer. Well, I woke up this morning and I got myself a beer. Well, the future's uncertain and the end is always near. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll. Roadhouse Blues. Never done that before. I quite like it. I'd like to keep doing it, but we shall see. Hey, Jock Boland. Right. This is for Gail. This is the aforementioned incredibly quiet counting. So, like I say, I may have to start it. I may have a false start. Oh, go away. I know it's here somewhere. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear the counting properly because I put this down, it goes bang. Is that part of the counting? I don't know. I usually get it, but yeah, just now. Okay. I hate that counting. Right, this time. This time. Okay, one more song to do. Don't mention it, Rhoda. I'll do it better next time. Okay, this is my last song. It's a good old summertime. Again, if I can find the blooming thing. And thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Here we go. Let's find it, if we can. Here we are. Summer morning came awake. The anesthetic didn't take. Switch your eyes on for a while. and saw the city's evil smile, and breathed the poison air and walked across the street or around the block, hang around and watch the clock, and listen to the worthless talk in the good old summertime, with your cup held in your hand. Will you beg or turn to crime in the good old summertime? In the good old summertime, destitution on your mind. Can you hear those death bells chime in the good old summertime? Artificial warmth of shops and pubs and restaurants, service with a plastic smile can fool you for a little while, but in the end it's all the same. Go downtown, sign your name, and in the meantime try to find a way to fill up empty time in the good old summertime, with your cup held in your hand. Will you beg or turn to crime in the good old summertime? In the good old summertime, destitution on your mind. Can you hear those death bells chime in the good old summertime? Good old summertime, with your cup held in your hand. Will you beg or turn to crime in the good old summertime? In the good old summertime, destitution on your mind. Can you hear those death bells chime in the good old summertime? In the good old summertime, with your cup held in your hand. Will you beg or turn to crime in the good old summertime? In the good old summertime, destitution on your mind. Can you hear old death bells chime in the good old summertime? Thank you very much. That's all from me. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will wish you all a Merry Christmas, although I'll probably be back here next Sunday. Can't see any reason why not. And everybody, if I miss your name, I'm really sorry, but I think I got everyone. And I really like, that everyone tunes in to listen. And again, if Anne's still listening, really sorry to hear about Teresa. So good night all. I'm fannying about here.